Some wonderful spots are relatively dangerous, if not downright fatal. If you like being on the water, you will spend time doing so during the summers. But some attractive locations may be dangerous, so you should think carefully before putting your boat in the water. Here are some of the deadliest and most scary water bodies in the world. Number 10. Jacob's Well, Texas. Jacob's Well is a wonderful swimming spot. It is located around 45-minute drive from Jacobs. You'd hardly guess, but it has recently killed 8 or 9 individuals. If you can swim, you're usually alright. Jacob's Well's real risk is divers. The main cavern is 1,323 meters deep, so you need a lot of air to reach the bottom. It isn't easy because the watering hole contains rooms and mud-filled hallways. Many divers have died exploring it. Number 9. Frying Pan Lake, New Zealand. With such a name like that, who would assume it's a decent location to swim? This heated lake is in New Zealand's Waimangu Volcanic Rift Valley. It stays between 113 and 131 degrees Fahrenheit. Thus, it's not among the most pleasant hot springs. The most fabulous lake, Frying Pan Lake, is an echo crater. It's approximately 400,000 square feet. The lake is 18 feet in depth, but can reach 60 feet at vents. Despite the heat, you shouldn't jump in because Lake Erie emits H2S and CO2. Mount Tarawera's 1886 eruption, which produced the crater, killed over 100 people. Number 8. Lake Karachay, Russia. Lake Karachay in Russia is among the world's most contaminated areas. This little body of water is in the south of the Ural Mountains in eastern Russia. It was tainted by Chernobyl radioactive waste and a close nuclear waste facility's irresponsibility. The nuclear Earth is 11 feet deep. In the 1990s, the lake's radiation levels were so severe that humans might die within 1 hour. Because of the 1957 Kyshtym tragedy, the lake was clogged up in 2016. After Chernobyl and Fukushima Daiichi, it's the world's third most terrible nuclear tragedy. Some individuals still feel its consequences, but it's simply a nasty nightmare for others. Due to this, cancer cases rose 21%, birth abnormalities rose 25%, and leukemia rose 41%. Its impact on nearby communities is difficult to measure. Number 7. Onondaga Lake, New York. This lake shows that individuals don't always appreciate nature, even when it threatens the city. Onondaga Lake is northwest of Syracuse. Before European Americans occupied it in the late 19th century, it was wholly to the Onondaga Native Americans. The lake's beaches, resorts, and amusement didn't survive long. Even as the area developed, untreated sewage was deposited into the lake for ages, polluting it. Pollution banned ice harvesting in 1901. By 1970, bathing was outlawed. Cleanup operations are continuing, and fishing has been permitted since 1986. The lake is reportedly the purest in almost a century, but restoring it to its previous grandeur will cost $2.16 billion. It's not an excellent area to swim or sail yet. Number 6. Rio Tinto River, Spain. If you come across a river that looks like blood, you likely do not wish to swim in it. Yes, we are talking about the Rio Tinto River in Spain. Even though this place is gorgeous in its way, it has a lot of iron and other toxic substances, making it perhaps one of the last spots you'd like to sip from. In case that wasn't terrible, the water is very acidic, so people who want to swim or do anything else in the water must go somewhere else. As you've probably imagined, people are to blame for how dirty the water is. Mining has changed the condition of the river for more than 5,000 years. But pretty weird kinds of life can survive in the worst locations. In the case of Rio Tinto, the river has chemolithotropic bacteria, such as iron-oxidizing microbes and sulfur-oxidizing microbes. Chemolithotropes get their energy from oxidizing inorganic compounds, and they are also accountable for the color and overall behavior of the river. Number 5. The Blue Lagoon, Derbyshire, UK. This is considered one of the list's most gorgeous lakes. The lake's once bright blue color attracted swimmers. Despite repeated warnings and public signs, visitors bathed in the lake for years. The water was colored black in 2013 and 2020 to discourage swimming. Charming, yet hazardous, this lake is blue from toxic materials. Compared to domestic beaches' pH level of 13, the lagoon's water pH was 11.3. Chemicals can irritate the skin, cause digestive difficulties, and more. According to posted notices, the lake contains animal carcasses, vehicles, and rubbish. Number 4. Great Blue Hole, Belize. Like Jacob's Well, Belize's Great Blue Hole attracts swimmers. It's 62 miles from the mainland and has a stunning blue ocean. Its coral reef is the second largest in the world. Subsurface passageways are a habitat for coral and some other species. Experts claim the hole originated during the ice era, 153,000 years ago. Unfortunately, scientists found little evidence of their existence as they descended. The sinkhole is covered in hydrogen sulfide. There's no oxygen or creatures below. Earth is a lovely planet, but threats lie in unassuming places. Beware! Number 3. Lake Kivu, West Rwanda. This Lake Kivu could burst at any time. If and whenever it does, it will emit quantities of carbon dioxide and methane pushed in by underground volcanic fountains and discharged by microbes far below the surface. It will destroy everything in its way when it blasts. While being pretty gorgeous, it's unpredictable. Researchers are seeking to collect the lake's gas for power production. Number 2. Lake Nyos and Monoun. Lake Nyos and Monoun are also very dangerous. In the 1980s, they exploded and killed many people, 8 in Monoun and 1,700 in Nyos. It was horrible. Nyos had only 6 survivors. After studying the lakes, scientists believed a landslide caused a carbon dioxide explosion. Both lakes are near CO2-producing volcanic vents. Interrupting the underwater balance can be fatal. When disrupted, lake toxins can burst to the lake's surface and form a haze cloud that kills everybody in its route. Because CO2 is thicker than air, it surrounded the people in low-lying fog and suffocated them while they were asleep. Many fell unconscious fast and died softly. The University of Michigan writes, "This is like removing the lid from a soda bottle. So there is no pressure that keeps the gas dissolved. Thus, bubbles emerge. When bubbles emerge in the lake, they rise quickly and pull deeper water up to the surface. This triggers a chain reaction that releases fatal carbon dioxide gas. Due to the high gas composition of these lakes, disasters like 1984 and 1986 could happen at any moment." Number 1. Boiling Lake, Dominica. It is the second biggest hot spring. It is in the Morne-Trois-Pitons National Park and feels like it took warmness to a different level. Along its sides, the water temperature is between 82 and 92 degrees Celsius. But in the middle, just ignore that. You can't track the temperature of the lake's center point because it keeps boiling. And it may be dangerous to get close to it. And that's it for today's Top 10 list. We would love to hear your thoughts about today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, hit the bell icon so you never miss any of my videos. And I'll see you guys in our next video.